everybody, welcome back to the continued orchestrated collapse. We see of this living piece of dog shit we are forced to call our society. I am your host, Ryan from Alaska, and I hope to be with you for a lot longer. In just the next hour or two on this live stream, as we continue to fight for our property and rights through all the lows and all the heights, keeping it together. And I am so happy you can join me as we continue the struggle to be free. I am your host, Raj in Alaska, from Alaska, and I hope to be with you for a lot longer. In just the next hour or two on this live stream, as we continue to fight for our property and rights through all the lows and all the heights, keeping it together. And I am so happy you can join me as we continue this struggle to be free. Your host, Raj in Alaska, in Alaska, in Alaska. Cheers.
Woohoo! Welcome back. You heard it. Continued orchestrated collapse. You know it. You know what I'm talking about. I don't even have to say it. All right. Looks like we got Joey. We got Jack, Doc Holiday. We got Sally Fields. New person. Still don't know who that is. I got an idea, though. Jack, my brother. Get the invite here. Now, I found some of that stuff we were talking about last time about the, ancient history. The some of the mountains being, just tree stumps and whatnot. So I found one of those videos that shows a few of these different things. We're going to check that out. And, have a little bit of fun like we do. I got a snotty nose today. Sorry. But yeah, our weather turned cold again. Can't get back down to the creek. Freaking been snowing. Snow melted off. It's just, God. But I've been preparing my basement to get ready for the next few paint jobs, right? Now, this to me is exciting because this is going to help me to fund the rest of the stuff that I got going on because, that car I painted now came out excellent. Slow boy, hell yeah. Welcome, Kristen. Yeah, that car is going to help me to, fund the things that I need to do and continue getting this shit going on. I'm taking this AI film course now, and I'm going to start to get a little more into the video production side instead of just this music thing, right? Cheers. And I just talked to Forrest again. Now that guy is going to go ahead and get his real estate license, man. And I think that is the perfect thing for him to do. And so he's working on that online. And I think he'd be great at that. He's been doing that insurance adjustment and all that stuff. And he says a lot of it's going into the legalities, things that I've been studying. And so we had a bit of a converse on that. And I want to get these next couple car paint jobs done and maybe take a vacation. Might go down there into Texas and see him and, do a little stand-up or something, hang out with some of those corn-fed honeys down there. But either that or I want to have to go to see Sean back in LA and maybe go pitch that show that I sold them last time, right? That haunted show, which I still think would be a runaway success. All right. That's Southern Mama Rachel. What's up? Welcome. How you doing, girl? We're going to talk to you again some more about some of that stuff that you saw and captured. And so, slow boy, Loken, what's up, buddy? Popping in. Yes, new person, Sally Fields. You compared to the rest of us, you are extremely new. So, yeah, I've been here for a couple streams, but you got to bear with us here. We've been going through a lot of these fakers, a lot of these posers, and even hackers have come on. And I mean, we've been avoiding audiences ever since we've been censored. Jack and I censored on the same effing day, 3/22, right? And I was just talking about that the other day because people were talking about, like, okay, oh, you only got so many subscribers. I'm like, yes, I want it that way. I've had thousands, I've had millions of views. I don't want that, right? I'm not looking for that. That puts us on the radar. And we don't want that, right? This is my fourth and final fucking YouTube channel. And Jack's had what, 16, 17, 18? The tenacity on that guy, man. I tell you what. But yeah, I mean, they have got us banned. And I'm only doing this on a Safari account. I can't Google in anymore, right? They're gonna get wind of that someday if the fucking algorithm was any smarter, which it isn't. But I've been working on this new thing and working a little more with ChatGPT in a different. This guy's got a little. He calls it hype something or other, hype jet or something like that, and it makes it a little more brutal, a little more raw, a little more real, I guess we'll say, And so it's crazy, but it's still stupid. The fucking robot is still an idiot, right? And so anyway, I threw the invite out, Jack. If you got a little time, you want to come on? I thought Forrest might pop in too. Tell us a little more what's going on down there. I got some few things that we can check out on the Instagram channel, and a few subjects we could talk about. We'll get warmed up a little bit here and talking and whatnot. I've been doing a little bit more on Suno and getting some stuff done on there. I'm starting to get a little bit of a different focus, but I'm still doing the poetry of my friends and my mother, right? Now that stuff, it means a lot to me, right? To be able to still do that, to be able to just take some of my mom's words and still put them into something that, I mean, the beast really likes her words, right? They do. It does. And it really turns them into some really good stuff. And I've been doing more of that. I've got one that came out pretty good. I don't know if you guys can tolerate, we'll listen to it. But I really love what it does with my mom's words, right? And okay, now get this. I'll tell you, I'll give you a little funny story. What happened the other day? I was in I went down to this restaurant they got down here called Locals, right? And it used to be the Chili's. And so they still have those kick-ass Southwest egg rolls that I like, so I go there for that mostly, right? And I haven't been in there in a grip because I've been fairly broke lately and haven't had a lot of cash, right? But I just sold the comic book car, $3,000 cash, right? Stack of 20s this big, right? And so a little more cash, and I'm going to start to focus more on that. I'm thinking, why am I fucking around with this clothing where I'm getting $40 a pair of jeans, right? When I could be getting a couple grand of painting. And so, I mean, hell, if I could sit down and paint on a canvas for 4 or 5 hours and make 2,000 on it, why can't I do it to a car, right? And so I can't do that on canvas on a right? I mean, that's what I meant. I can't do that, but I can paint a car in like that. That comic book car took me. I mean, don't tell anybody. It took me 4 fucking hours, right? 4 hours, and then 2 hours to touch up, and so 6 hours. And I couldn't give that fucking car away, right? And I just got, dude, people were fighting for that fucker, right? There was 2 guys coming at the same time for it with the same $3,000 in cash, right? And one got here before the other one's up. And so they had 2 other guys that wanted me to wait till Friday, the rest of the week, and then I'd have got $3,500 for it. And I just didn't want to wait that long, right? And so, what's that, Jack? Oh yeah, low negotiations. That's cool. That's cool. Right on. No worries. No worries. No hurries. Oh yeah, Southwest egg rolls. Fuck yes, they are. Oh my god, this is why I go there. Right, they're so good. But anyway, I had this old guy come in and sit down next to me, some 80-year-old dude, right? Just you know, I don't mind them too much. You know, old people, goddamn, right? Even though I'm basically one myself, but I will never be old like them, right? This whole guy was just fucking irritating. He's almost deaf, right? Can never, and he starts talking to me, right? So I talk back, and he can't hear what I'm fucking saying, and he misunderstands me, right? And reacts to something completely different. I don't even know what he's fucking saying, right? And I'm starting to get a little ticked, right? Because I'm sitting here having to say something like, and I said, no, my mom passed away a couple years ago. What? Oh, your mom she died yesterday? And I'm like, no, it was a couple years ago. Oh, you don't know, right? And I'm just sitting there, motherfucker, right? And I didn't want to fucking talk to this asshole. Comes up and sidles next to me, right? And God, what is wrong with these fuckers? Get a fucking hearing aid, right? And it was just the whole time I was just ruining my whole fucking little sit down and eat, right? Having to fucking deal with this guy. And the worst part was because I was scrolling through, and the comic book car was right there, and I just kind of he looked over, he's like, and so I showed him my screen, and he goes, what the hell's that? And I'm like, oh, there's a car I painted. It's like, give me your contact. Why don't you do this with me, right? And that's how they got started. And then the next thing you know, fuck, the motherfucker just can't hear a word I'm saying. And it was just, I mean, you know what I mean, don't you, brother?
Oh yeah.
They don't hear what you're saying, and they react to whatever. I don't know what they're fucking reacting to, right? And then I'm trying to say, no, I said this. And then they're acting like you're an asshole because you're raising your voice because they can't fucking hear you, right? God damn it.
I know it. Yeah, it happens to my brother a lot. He doesn't talk extremely loud, and so people just are always repeating themselves to
right.
You know,
but
and
you know, I don't fucking talk quiet, right? I mean, you and I, we got voices to carry.
Oh, right? we let everybody know. But my brother is kind of low key, you know.
Yeah,
but
he is.
I can hear him just fine, so I know the person standing right in front of him can hear him too. Should be it.
But you know, the guy fesses up and he says he was a fucking helicopter pilot, and so he was sitting in there with his earplugs his whole fucking time and just fucking can't hear shit now, right? Yeah. And so anyway, somebody's saying that the art always suffers when the economy is like this in the shitter. Yeah, because people, they got to spend their money on food, right? They can't.
Right.
They don't have disposable income, so to speak, right? And so it does suffer.
And you'll notice it takes its toll on everything. I noticed here, and it may be the same there, but we usually, people around this time of year, maybe last month, they start putting perennials out and flowers. They haven't been doing it as much, you know.
Yeah. So we all suffer because we can't do our other things.
Yeah.
Joey, what's up? Check out. Let's look at the beard. We gotta have cheers, brother. Cheers, brother. There it is. Ah, look at that shit, man, dude.
Oh yeah,
the glory.
The ZZ Top
just
shit,
the
man.
Glory. The glory
right.
there. Good God, man. Right on, Joey. You freaking A, man. Makes me wish I could grow one.
Yeah, I can't.
Sally Field again. I'm glad you made that sale plus increase your creative art potential. Good. And so, thank you. Slow boy. I love my grandma, but she's deaf and won't wear hearing aids, right? And she gets mad when you have to speak up, and she winces like you're being loud and she can't hear you, right? They act like, oh, why are you yelling at me? It's like, because you got fucking hear me, idiot, right? But I know, especially when it's one of your loved ones, you can't avoid them, right? But this old boy that sat next to me now, all I have to do is get him to walk away, right? So, we got echo going.
I'll mute.
We got echo going. Okay, so did that work? It worked.
Yeah, it'll work.
So, well, I found a few more of these videos we're talking about, you know, with the old tree stumps, the mountains, right? And I mean, it's so fucking obvious. I mean,
well, I saw. Hey, Reg, now that you said that, I went to Instagram and I looked up the what is it called? The calcified trees, whatever it is. Anyway,
right? They make reports on it there.
Right. And so somebody actually, it was really cool, and I wanted to screenshot it and show it to you. I think I'll try to find it again, but it shows a cross section in a hill that got blasted away by dynamite or whatever. They were doing like road work, and it was a perfect. And this thing was like 30 feet across, 40, and it was on its side, and it looked just like a tree all the way, like a branch had fallen off one of the big trees and just laid there and rotted, but it didn't, and it was petrified, and it you could tell because it was such a perfect arc, like so perfectly round and all the concentric little rings, and it was like so obvious that it was a tree. I don't know why people would even argue that, right? I don't know why people even argue that those are tree stumps and trees laying. I mean, it's very obvious that's what they are.
I mean, they are so okay. This is what we're talking about last night with a couple of friends of mine were over at Buddy's house, right? And I was talking about the paranormal, right? And how the shows on TV are just idiots, fucking that people, like to laugh at because they're scared and crying. Oh, I heard a ghost, right? The shit we showed will fuck your mind up for the rest of your life, right? And so that's why they're doing self-protection, right? They'll freak them out too much. They can't admit it, right?
Right, yeah. And so
It's
they get defensive, and then they start making light of it, of course.
And they'll call you a retard, right?
Oh no, you're always the retard. The guy
they're attacking.
The guy who's using his mind and trying to expand his mind and just have conversations is the retard.
What I talk about stuff like this, and I always hear people chuckling and like laughing at me, like I'm the dumbass, right? No, you're this fucking willfully ignorant piece of fuck who's closed your mind, and now you're fucking you live in a TikTok mentality, right?
Yeah.
And so, right, it's irritating, and
it is.
I've learned to just blow it off, right? I mean,
oh, me too. Over the years, because I see a lot, Reg. I see a lot of that in social media. Whenever I do doom scroll or whatever, I see a lot of people that say, they say me. It'll be a meme or whatever, and it's like me just calming down and saying nothing whenever people ask me about a certain conspiracy, so I won't look crazy. See, right there, no, don't do that. I don't do that. Anyone asks me about anything or brings up something, I'm going to give them a full double barrel shotgun load of it.
Right. I do that too.
Fuck, I don't give a fuck if people are going to think I'm crazy anyway. So what the fuck,
Fuck, they already do anyway. So it's like,
they already do anyway. They look at me and think I'm crazy. So it's fine, dude.
We got Trent in the house. Welcome, Trent. What's up?
Oh, Trent, I hadn't seen Trent in a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Shit, we got a couple of folks in the house that don't have old school buddies that don't have wrenches yet. We still, Sally, it's going to take you a while to earn that because
for sure. What you can do is like I did. You can make.
That's right. You can't do that on.
I know, but when you do another live stream from the creek on YouTube, make Kristen the moderator over the entire channel, and then she'll be able to give wrenches.
I'll do that.
Be able to, and she's good. She always does that for me, and she takes care of everything.
She's a pro.
Yeah. I don't even have to worry about it. Yeah.
That's an awesome idea. As a matter of fact, next time I do that on the YouTube stream, I'm going to make her. It's like the administrator, isn't it?
Administrative monitor, and she has just as much power as you do. She could do anything she wants, just like you. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. That way she can handle that one. I'm always taking shit on these StreamYards, right? Rich said, my painting. Okay, so finish painting.
I'm gonna go get a bowl.
Oh shit, that's good. Damn, that's good. Oh, I dig that. Okay, shit, it's on my phone. I don't know how I can get it on display here. Let me download it and then I can email it to myself or something like that. That's not bad. I like it. Yeah, I'll have to show this one. Let me see if I can get it. I'm going to download it to my phone and then I can email it to myself and we can pull it up here later and show that because that's pretty sweet. I got all kinds of shit going on my phone. God damn, my phone has been pissing me off lately too. Ridiculous, right? Okay, I'm going to have to do that in a minute. I'll do that when the video's playing. So I got a couple of good ones to watch here and need some feedback from you guys too because one of them now, remember I was telling you, it shows them like not just trees. We're talking about giants, the bodies, the big animals.
Well, just laid down. Yeah.
Or they were killed, right? And because we know they went after them. And so Kristen's saying, I hate to ban people. I'll usually give them a few chances. Yeah, we always do. 24 hours.
We don't ban them for life usually, but.
And they're the ones banning themselves by being fucking douchebags.
Right. Yeah, that's true. You're right. That's true.
That's what I always say, right? Oh, he got banned. No, they do it to themselves, right?
You're right. That's true. I need to start thinking about it the same way.
Chris says not streaming in vertical mode helps cut down the randos joining.
So true.
That's true. That's true. Right? Because they're on their phones constantly, and I'm on my laptop most of the time, and so yeah, it brings in all the fucking. You got it.
Just anybody scrolling through live.
You got to do everything on your phone, though, right, bro?
Yeah, I don't even care. I mean, you know me, man. I don't even mess with computers at all.
Right. right?
don't even
I've been
have
trying
one.
to get more into the dude. I've got to get more into this AI filmmaking because that's going to be the key for me to be able to get the stuff that I need to get out there, right? Without having to
Hey,
fucking
people
go
are
to
really
Hollywood.
utilizing it. You know, Reg, I was thinking, I've been off and on thinking, should we use it? Should we not? Should we use it? And now I'm thinking, look, they're going to use it for nefarious purposes anyway. So if you're going to put something on there that's actually good, more power to you.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's where I was going with that old boy conversation, right? Because I said I've been working with AI, and he immediately goes, "Oh, I'm afraid of that," right? And I couldn't help but to laugh, right? I'm like,
It's not nothing to be afraid of.
Why are you
Man.
afraid of it, right? He's oh well, I go, right? Are you just lashing out because you're afraid of what you don't understand, right? And I'm like, that sounds like kind of like, a kind of an old school way to go. You got to expand your mind, right? He's like, oh no.
Well,
And I
look
go,
at how
okay,
many
right.
things that if we would have got on top of right at the beginning, we could have had more, more over it. But no, we always get on it at the tail end, and it's already ruined by the time we get
That's
to
what I
it.
told him. I said, I go, sure, it's the beast, but you're supposed to know thy enemy, right?
Yeah, well,
And
hold on.
you can actually use it against it.
Of course, we live in this world with the beast system all around us. So what are we supposed to do? Utilize
Absolutely.
it. Hey, you hear me every week. I say the same thing. We're in this beast system anyway. Use it. Use it.
And you can use it against it, right?
Use
And
it
so
against itself. Use it to crush itself.
and it's still too stupid to do that anyway. But it is
At
getting.
this
I mean,
point,
it's
it
getting
is.
better.
But I really believe,
It's
and
getting,
okay. So I listened to these guys, Reg. I listened to these guys. The guys who really made up the AI algorithms and stuff. The people who really did it, and they were saying that in five years or so, roughly 3 to 5 years, they will launch what I believe they've always had, which was super AI, super duper, like next level
super
AI,
duper.
right?
Right?
Yeah. And supposedly
The
this
AI
shit
that
is going to be
programs
on a
itself.
level that we won't comprehend. So it'll be so far out there. So I'm thinking they already have this.
That's full of shit.
They're just giving it to us in little pieces. They want to sell it to us, And
I still think that those robots they're fucking Chinese slave in a fucking exoskeleton.
Dude, I think of that every time I see a Tesla. I think of some guy all try hard and drinking a Red Bull, driving.
Exactly right. They're fucking strapped to their computers, right?
No, they're literally strapped to their computers, dude.
Exactly right. They're fucking,
with a gun to the back of their head,
Exactly, because we know that shit doesn't work on its own, right?
No, hey, Reg, I think you're right about that because I have heard other people that would be in the know about it, like people who own computer shit, and they say, hey, don't think for a second that there's not a warehouse full of people driving your cars and flying your drones in China. They said that. They said it. Just what you said years ago. That joke you gave, that was years ago you said that. But now they're actually admitting it. They're admitting it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sure, they have the little robotic thing out there doing it, but it's sure. It's a remote.
But I wouldn't doubt it all. I really wouldn't doubt at all, Reg, that there's some kid driving the Tesla, man. I'm serious, dude.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no way that they can design any type of machine that could have that type of conscious.
I'm just saying that I'm not saying it's all. I'm not saying it's all. I'm just saying that they would plug the algorithm into the human driver looking at the computer screens to get his reaction too. They would do that too, and then mix it with the AI to try to make it better. I'm telling you, dude, you were onto something. I know that was a long time ago.
Yeah, the reason why I ever got that idea is because I see them doing that, how they do it in the movies, right? When they're doing something like that, it's always somebody controlling. There's sometimes a whole team of motherfuckers having to do it, right? To do one little thing, right?
People always make fun of me for saying that it was in a movie or whatever, and I always tell people the movies show the truth and the news tells the lies.
Right. But exactly, see, and it goes back to my same thing too. Anything that's part of the fucking the narrative, anything that's part of the fucking what they're putting out there is absolutely fucking lie, right? Anything that's part of
for sure.
The official story, right? The official story is constantly a load of bullshit, and that's my main proof always is that yes, anything that's out there in the official story, all you have to do is go in the opposite direction of it, and you'll find the truth, right? You'll smash right into it, right? And so it's happened too many times for me. I mean, like if I start to believe the government now, fuck, I'm the retard, right?
That take right there, and I also have the same take as you, but it used to be a little bit more highbrow. They used to say, who benefit, cui bono, who benefits, right? Well, that's too smart for most people now. So we had to dummy it down and say, just look for who gets fucked and you'll find that, come on.
Right,
man.
right.
Yeah.
I know, right?
That's how we're going to have to start talking.
Find my weed, bro. I got a fucking crisis here. The weed's gone. God damn, it's probably all the way down to the fucking car.
That is a crisis.
All the way in my garage. All right, I'll put on a video so I can go get it because it's fucking in the garage. Okay, but I've been getting the garage fixed up so I can start painting. I'm gonna start running as many vehicles through this motherfucker as I can.
Yeah, bro. I got your text. I didn't, Reg, they mess with us, even me and you, even our real phones. I didn't get your text about the car until 3 days later.
What?
They don't want me connecting with you. They don't even want me connecting with you, dude.
Damn. That's what they're doing. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I didn't.
I wonder that sometimes too, because I'll get some from you too late, right? I'll
later, like on down the road and stuff. Like,
what I'm always thinking is that I've got bad coverage up here, right?
I thought that for the longest time too. Like, how in the world?
God, just makes perfect sense.
But now I realize, and what you said was true. They killed us, both our channels that had all the millions of views a long time ago on 322. It was like
at the exact fucking within the same. Remember, I texted you right away.
Within the same hour.
Exactly.
On 322.
I'm sure there was probably other people on their list at the same time too. Right?
I'm sure it was a mass banning, but they got us all.
But how we got just within the same? It was within minutes, I think, that we fucking.
I think it was and those were our oldest channels that were like 20-year-old channels.
Oh yeah, fucking so much work on that. So I get the text way later than I should too, right? I'm sure they're probably doing that shit to all of us.
Sure, put a delay on that because we don't want these people getting. Yeah, we don't want them getting together like simultaneously. No way.
No, that's what they fear the most.
Oh yeah, that's why I actually like StreamYard. StreamYard lets us get it together.
Right.
It must be a Chinese company.
Discord.
Yeah. No. We have the. Kristen set up the Discord. We're on.
Because I'm looking at. I finally checked some of my emails and I'm missing messages from Discord. Now, how's that going over there?
Oh no,
you guys.
Fun.
I mean,
we just post stuff and keep each other updated. But we all realize that everything's a hoax and a psyop. So it's mostly just pointing out the hoaxes and stuff, like the Katy Perry going to space and all that.
They actually did that, right? Did they do that? A bunch of women.
Look,
right?
Man,
I mean,
I'm all for women going to space, but I don't believe in space, and I don't believe. You see,
I barely believe in women. No, I'm joking, right? Women are real, right?
No, women are real. I mean, look, the thing is, you gotta have the yin to your yang, but Katy Perry is not the yin to our yang,
Oh fuck no, dude!
Nah, she's definitely not. And what was the other one? Gail, the lesbian lover of Oprah. And hey, Reg, I thought it was so funny. And I won't mention it on Jack's stream, but listen to this shit. I thought it was really funny whenever Gail was, I don't know if they were trying to play it up or whatever they were doing, but she was tweeting out like, I'm worried about this. I don't know about this. I think that Gail actually thought that Oprah was going to send her up and then blow that thing up or something. Yeah, I really do think that. I know that's crazy, dude, but I'm telling you, if it wasn't completely a hoax and a psyop, but I have this feeling that those women, they honestly thought they were really going to do something, and then when they found out, like the astronauts did, that whenever they came back after the mission and they were all down, and they were all downtrodden and looking around, they couldn't look up or anything after they had supposedly went to the moon. Look,
what? Where did they say they went?
What? Who?
The astronaut bitches.
The astronaut bitches supposedly went up into space for like 4 minutes or something. They were waiting.
Shut the fuck up!
I swear, you got to watch it, bro. No, when you see the capsule, that these girls supposedly went up in. It's made out of cardboard, dude. I swear.
Dude, what's the point of going to space for fucking 4 minutes, right? Dude,
well, they apparently went right to the edge of the dome, and then they came back down thinking that it was weightless, and we're in space, but they didn't go anywhere, man.
They were in a soundstage the whole fucking time.
Of course they were. It was completely green screened, and people have been pointing it out. People have been pointing out all the green screens and all the loops and everything, dude. Do these people not know that we are on the internet and hey, listen, Reg, you know this is true. The internet is undefeated. Undefeated.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's crazy. No, I got to look it up, I guess. Katy Perry helped explode homosexuality to the mainstream. That's right. That's right. Yeah, they made it like it's cool.
Well,
right?
See, guys, listen. And anyone who knows about this and people who will find out about this space launch with the 6 female people going 66 miles into space, 666. Now, listen.
Oh, what? 666?
Yes, it was all 666. But now listen, I already did all the numbers on it. I checked it out fully, bro. But I wanted to see the ritual they were actually doing. And it's for what Katy Perry meant. Yeah, it's for what Katy Perry mentioned. Because she went way over the top and everything in her explanations for going to space and all this. And listen to this. It's because it's supposed to be this divine feminine that they're trying to exalt, these women that went to space. And these women are going to go out in social media and they're going to all be like, we went to space. Dude, trust me. Yeah, we changed the world. We changed the world. They were, hey, if they did go anywhere, they were cargo. They weren't the engineers. They didn't fly shit.
I know, right? They're just the fucking the monkey in the cage, dude. So you said when they came out of their little capsule that they were just downtrodden.
Well, here goes the biggest funny part. So they're sealing this capsule. It comes down hot, like 30 or 40 miles an hour, and it looks like it would have hurt when it hit. But that's neither here nor there. Listen to this. Then the 6 women were in the pod, and the door opens from the inside, Reg. And they quickly shut it, and they got this fake tool. It was just a hammer. It was a claw hammer. Somebody handed Jeff Bezos a claw hammer and said, act like you're opening the door. And so, make a big deal out of it. If they see how chintzy this thing that supposedly just went to space is, we're fucked. But it was too late. Right. It was a live stream. Somebody was live streaming it.
Dude, you know what? At this point, I think they're doing it on purpose now, right?
No, they are. They're testing to see. They're testing to see how stupid people are. And the internet exploded today and said that was a fucking hoax and a psyop, dude.
No shit. I was working late last night, so I was crashed. I slept today, right? Rachel saying, yeah, it reminds me when I was 3 and my mom built a house out of a refrigerator box. I should fucking
Right, dude. This is fake. Look, guys, hey, we made better forts and stuff when we were little kids.
No, fuck that, right? No shit.
Yeah,
the person was inside that supposed craft when it hit the desert at 45 miles an hour. That broke back. Everything about it was every second of that was a video game fake. Yeah, dude, Erastus, like Erastus in the house. Welcome.
Cheers, Erastus. It looked like PS3 graphics, bro.
Oh my god, dude. Oh fuck, I see that all the time when people are watching shit like, hey, look at that. I'm like, dude, look at the glitches in that shit.
Hey, Reg, do you remember when they did Jurassic Park and how good the graphics, and they still hold up today, right?
That shit was fucking awesome.
Right? It was so good, right?
Yeah.
Now, listen to this. I have this theory, man, and hear me out. You know about movies and stuff. I say over the so they did really well with computer graphics in the 90s, and then they started backing it off. Because they said, if it gets too perfect, then people aren't going to believe what we show them on the TV someday. They're not going to believe 9/11, and they're not going to believe, whatever. Katy Perry.
You know it's real because it looks so fake.
Yeah, they had to back it off because the computer graphics were getting too good, and they couldn't replicate it for everybody in the world over their TVs. You have to understand that takes a lot of computing power.
Oh yeah, dude. Welcome, Joe Crow. How's it going? Long time no see there too. But it's my fault because I haven't been on enough. But okay, going along with that, I just watched that movie Minecraft, right? The Minecraft movie.
Did you see that?
Dude, the green screens are terrible in that, right? I could do better green screens than that shit, right? And this is a full-on production, right?
Well, it's going to make $1 billion.
Why are they doing this, right? Why are they doing this? And they're showing shitty ones alongside of good ones, right? And it's like, what the fuck are they doing here?
Yeah, look, it's to keep people off balance.
They gotta roll it back. They gotta roll it back.
Yeah. No, it's to keep people off balance so they don't know what's real or not, and they just shut their minds off. That's what the key to the whole thing is. They don't care what happens. Shut your mind off.
Some of it's part of this.
No, and just consume, and shut your mind off.
Maybe some of it's part of this, like you see in these the space shuttle thing. People are finding the green screens in that, and so now they're trying to put those into everything, so they just become like always seen, right? Maybe that's what they're doing.
No, well then nobody believes shit. Well then, so what does that do? That further polarizes the public, meaning these people believe it, so you think they're a fucking idiot because they believe it, and then these people say it's a hoax and a psyop, and then the other people are like, hey, no, you're stupid thinking everything's a hoax and a psyop. You see, they just divide, man. Ford versus Chevy, it doesn't matter. They're still selling you a fucking vehicle.
Exactly. They're all still on the same team.
They're all on the same team, man. Rape the people in their ass and get paid.
Sally say, I'm so tired of Jack Black. He's in every clown movie they put in nowadays. I don't know. I like Jack Black. He's funny as fuck.
No. I haven't liked Jack Black since The Pick of Destiny.
The Pick of Destiny? That was hilarious, though. I mean,
that's a great
movie.
Looking
for the clown show. It is.
Great movie.
The clown show.
I love that movie. Funny movie. I know it's satanic. Funny movie. It's mocking the devil, not God. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I thought it was pretty hilarious. And you know, I don't have a great fondness for him or anything like that, right? I mean, he's sloppy and stuff, but I mean,
I get it, but you have to also understand.
Some comedic timing, he nails it sometimes, right? He literally nails
he's good. Listen, do you know why? He's a Jew.
Yeah, you know, right? Exactly,
there you go. That's why he has good timing and all that shit. They stole it from the best of us. The Jews are mimics.
Tropic Thunder.
They're shifters and mimics.
That line from Tropic Thunder. Oh my God. Right? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Juggle the balls and eat the cream.
Yeah, that line from Tropic Thunder. I'm gonna swallow the gravy. Let's get this done.
Swallow the gravy. That's it.
Let's go. And he's just talking to Satan right there. That's what he's doing.
Oh man. Oh, that's so bad. Look, hey, Tropic Thunder is one of my all-time favorite fucking comedian movies.
Dude, that movie just fucking floored me, right?
Hey, when Matthew McConaughey was in there talking about the sluggernaut or whatever, juggernaut, whatever. Call it whatever he called the tuggernaut, and he was playing the Wii tennis or Wii. Yeah, that was a great movie, dude.
Yeah.
Great movie.
I mean, I would have to say,
and Tom Cruise,
Tom Cruise was even good, right?
Tom Cruise was awesome, dude.
Yeah, he was even good as that dude with the big old fucking.
That scummy guy, that dude.
Yeah, he was the Jew in that one. Right? He was.
Yeah, what does he say?
Funny as that. He was.
Red Dragon deserves $20 million. And he's like, get on your fucking knees and skull fuck yourself or whatever.
Dude, when he did that, dude, I was just like, that was fucking amazing, right? That
wow, man, he really channeled Steven Spielberg in that scene,
He fucking knocked that shit out of the park, right? And then after he goes, all right, now get on there and figure out who I was just talking to, right?
Listen, bro. Know, right? Listen, you got to know something.
And the guys on the other end of that line sold it too, right? The tourists.
You have to have seen. You have to have seen or crashed out like that to do that. You can't just make something like that up because that happens.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom Cruise had seen multiple fucking Hollywood dickheads do that, right? In order to pull that out, right? That shit was gold. I remember those terrorists too on the other end. They were just like,
well, they could, hey.
And that little kid, the little kid who was the boss, he was fucking kick ass, dude.
Oh, he was. He's like, Simple Jack.
That little kid fucking sold that shit, man. He was
dude,
badass.
I was going to do a Simple Jack stream. I wanted to do one. No, I was gonna do a Simple Jack stream, and I was gonna talk like a real jack off, we have to look at the Jews with the Jews. Yeah, I'm gonna do one
viral with that shit again.
Hey, 1 hour of me doing Simple Jack, and I was gonna paint my face white and then put the
white face,
white face.
Dude, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing it, but that's fucking crazy, dude.
No, that's great, dude. As soon as you just said that, I fucking couldn't help it. I fucking
Simple Jack stream, dude. Simple Jack stream.
Dude, now you got to do it, dude. I'm like,
Nah,
God,
I think I'm gonna have to make up a whole nother channel just to do it. Just
dude,
I have to
that
make
is
a whole
so
nother
fucking
channel.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Because
Oh my God.
I don't want a real Jack Torrance video channel
I'm
that
really
I
thinking
take
about this for
seriously.
days now.
Yeah, because the simple Jack stream
That's perfect.
that would be man.
Oh,
It's like Black Torrance doing the Black Torrance. That would be
oh, dude.
in blackface.
Those would arm
Jack,
wrestle
just
out
like
for the best idea, right?
no, Jack in blackface, and then balls. Let's get together,
Dude.
balls. Everybody got to
Oh
get
my God.
together, balls.
That would be the ruler. Blackthorns would be the ruler, but still, Simple Jack Stream is a good one too.
Oh, Simple Jack Stream,
dude. Kind of like Amir and Ray Tardo, right?
Yeah.
They did.
It was fire and ice. It was beautiful.
Oh God, dude. Oh my God. We got to do it. Oh fuck. Okay, this is how we'll do it. You be Black Torrance, I'll be Simple Jack. Oh fuck. Dude, because I can't do the black voices like you. You can do those black voices. I can play. I can do a retard voice, sure.
But no, do you remember whenever Jack Black was on he was over the Ox? They were taking him into the terrorist encampment. Or it wasn't a terrorist. It was a poppy farm, a poppy processing plant, a poppy processing plant. And that little kid, man, that guy was a great actor. He couldn't have been more than 13 years old.
Dude,
he killed it.
Yeah, he was.
Hey,
he was
if that kid wasn't believable as a terrorist, as a motherfucking poppy farmer guy, then that movie wouldn't have went. But he was. Right. He was a scary little motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he was, dude. He was, dude. Those little kids can be brutal,
like the kind of person they have, like 12 and 13-year-old warlords over there in Africa, and they will kill you and cut your head off
because they don't have a.
He played that pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that kid nailed that shit, man. He was. Dude,
he seems like he would have killed you, man. Yeah.
Right. Dude. He was mean as shit. He was the meanest motherfucking kid on the block, right? He was.
He was the meanest kid on the block.
Stephen Crumley, I don't know what kind of Pan-Pacific bullshit you're trying to pull, but Asian Jack is my territory. Yeah, that's good, right? That was the thing what he said. That's the line from there. Did you hear about the Forrest Finn $2.0 million treasure somewhere in Alaska? What? Oh.
Hey, Reg, I was watching
I did not.
I was watching some kind of... And listen, there was a big tree, right? It was not, and I only bring this up because we're talking about petrified trees. But no, there was a big oak tree or some kind of big ass tree. It's a couple 3 feet across. Pretty good size. And okay, so they said it must be the end of the rainbow, like a leprechaun, because they broke the tree bark and all these coins started falling out. But I know I would have been like, first of all, get the coin out and see what year it is. What are we talking about here? Start looking at the years, what the coins are, how old they are, because there was like not millions, but thousands of coins falling out of the tree. Strangest shit I ever seen, because it looked like the bark, and when they were hitting it, it all looked real, like they were really digging into the corner of a tree, and there was coins all in it, dude.
Where'd you see this on?
Instagram. And it seems like what happened, Reg, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but we all have sat in the crooks of trees where they Y off at, like they'll go up a certain amount and then they'll Y off way up. All right. And so sometimes in older trees, there's a hole that's in there and it's a worn thing. And maybe there was that tree had totally rotted out or whatever, man. And they you go up, and if you can make it 30 feet up, you can drop a coin in and make a wish and it'll come true. Right? That kind of story. I don't know, man. Oh. Maybe I'm making it up. And but I'm saying I'm not making up because they found like thousands of coins in this tree.
That's crazy. I know that sometimes up here there'll be a windstorm and it'll crack the tree and it'll go over, and then it'll heal itself back up and grow again, and the tree will be branched off. Like it'll look really weird, right? And that happens often up here. I see it all the time, right?
Yeah, it happened in my backyard. It happened. A lightning struck in my backyard and hit the tree and split it. It split it in two. And then, hey, listen to this, Reg. I haven't ever told anybody this. I'm going to tell you something. The tree split. Listen to this, Reg. The tree split, right? And the one part went out into the street, no problem. The other part hit the transformer that starts right at my house because I have the corner lot. and it went and
Oh.
it knocked the whole block's power off
Oh
for like
shit!
for 2 days, dude.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. From the lightning
And
strike?
people were wondering what happened. And then I went right out there to the electricians and I said, and I told them what happened. And they're like, yeah, we figured. Because it burned every transformer in the whole block, you know.
Damn.
Yeah.
And that was from a lightning strike.
Hey, lightning strike. I mean, what can you say, you know?
Right. I got you.
I mean, that shit happens. Lightning strikes happens. Hey, Reg,
dude,
me and my family were standing out in front of our house one time here in Fort Smith.
They're rare up here.
And I found it strange because we lived on a brick street. One of the only, there's like 2 or 3 streets in Fort Smith. It's an old city and they're still brick. And so we lived on one of those streets on another corner lot, strangely enough. And lightning struck across the street and me and my whole family were out. We had the wind chimes going and we were out on our front porch and it was raining. And so we like to go out there and talk to each other out in the rain and, you know,
Okay.
but it was undercover, you know. And Reg, across the street, lightning struck a tree, but I swear it was a ball. It was a ball lightning. We all saw it. The ball went like it came from nothing. It came from nothing, and then it just vanished. And when it did, a clap went out of light, you know. And so I've seen ball lightning, and I thought we were all dead because I was like, well, because I've almost been struck by lightning like several times, you know, in my life. But boy, that not my whole family, you know. I thought that the lightning strikes that I almost got killed by a few times, about 4 or 5 times in my life, I've almost been killed by lightning, strangely enough. But this one, I was like, hold on. Whenever it struck and my whole family was there, I was like, fuck. I thought this lightning thing between me and you, you know, God, whatever, the earth, whatever. Right? I thought this was between us. You're going to bring my family into this shit?
Don't drag my family into this shit, right?
Yeah, don't drag my family into this shit.
No, I've never seen the ball lightning, but I know that it exists, right?
It was like, Reg, if it was as fake as a fucking video game where like or a movie where like an orb opens up and then it's there for a split second, then it goes back away. But when it goes back away, there's a flash of light that will blind you, dude.
Right.
So I thought later I thought that it was like a portal opened up, something came out, and then it closed. They give them a split second to come in. It's just like if you've seen eggs and sperm, whenever they have now photographed this and done it with electron microscopes.
Right, it's got flash light when it goes. Right.
Where the flash of light when life happens. Okay, so and so I believe that happens here on Earth, inside a body and out. Yeah, and outside a body.
No, that's crazy. No shit. And you saw the ball lightning.
I saw it. And it was purple.
Wait, do you think it's a weapon?
It was purple. No.
Okay.
It was of this place. It was of this place, letting me know this place really does run everything.
That's crazy, man, because I would like to see some shit like that.
Well, hey, Reg, it wasn't even very big. It must not have been more than a couple of feet across.
Still, I mean, damn.
No, it was so crazy that I felt the shockwave of heat come across. It was about 150, 200 feet away. Damn. And it opened up, and when it crashed back down, and we all saw it. We all
was that like a sonic fucking boom or something?
Yeah. I mean, such a Reg, whenever that shit hit backwards, because you saw it open up. And then you saw it collapse, and there was no doubt that it collapsed. There was no doubt that it opened up. But then, whenever it did collapse, there was such a bright light that it blinded us. Not just a flash, you know, like a flashbang going off 6 feet in front of your face. I mean, it was the amount of fucking power released. Oh, dude, and it went through our bodies, and it just made a shockwave. Like the wind chimes really went off. Yeah, they were put.
That's crazy. Wow.
It was
Southern Mama. She's saying she got struck by lightning as well. That's crazy. She's saying that at the instant I jumped in the pool. When I came up, I had my hand out first, felt it run down my arm, and I swear it dispersed when the top of my ears came to the surface.
No, I've never been struck by lightning. I said I've almost been struck by lightning. Like me and my brothers and my dad, me and my brother and my dad were going across this parking lot, and it was filled with water, and it was a crazy thunderstorm. And then I saw the light and heard the clap at the exact same time, and it almost pushed us over. It almost pushed us over, but we just said it was the wind. But when we got inside the store that we were going to, the people said, "Dude, the lightning struck like it looked like it was right in the same puddle you guys were in, like not more than 25 feet away." So, but we didn't feel electrified.
Crazy.
Because I'm a welder. I'm a welder. I've been electric. I'm a welder and electrician type guy, and I know I've been electrocuted several times.
Right. Oh, I've been shocked almost to death. Right. So that shit took it out of me too. For years, I was affected by that. Right.
Hey, no. Whenever you're really grabbed by electricity and it courses through you, that'll separate the men from the boys right there, dude.
No doubt about it. She also says her arm was red and tingling. Thought she was gonna die for a second. Dude, I thought that same way too. After I got shocked that one time when I grounded the boat, I was hyperventilating like I had just fucking sprinted for an hour, right, or some shit. And I could feel it just coming out of me. It was insane. It was crazy, and it kind of fucking changed the whole electricity of my body for a while there. After a few years, everything I touched would get a shock static, right? Everything. I'd be getting shocked everywhere I was, right? It's insane. And I'd sit there whenever I grab something metal, I started doing this, right?
Oh no. That's why I get shocked. I'm shocked constantly. I always shock myself with high frequencies off my welders. It's a cool trick.
Dude, that fucking car of my mom's shocks me every fucking time I get in.
You can shock and I do it all the time. I take the high frequency off my welder with the tungsten sticking out and the argon going. It makes this beautiful blue arc all over your body, and it charges you up real good, dude. I do it all over.
No shit.
People say it hurts, and I'm like, you're a bitch, dude.
What? Dude, I never heard about that, but that sounds wow.
I was thinking about making a video and showing people how I do it.
Dude, do that. I would love to see that because that's fascinating to me.
Yeah, nobody's ever made a video, as far as I know, about doing that. And
Dude,
I've been doing that shit. Yeah, I've been doing that shit for like 40 years. Yeah.
Wow.
I feel it keeps me charged up. It keeps me amped up always.
What's the frequency that you're using?
No, it's just a voltage. A high frequency. So Reg, what happens is a welder. You have to scratch start it. You have to touch it to it, and it starts, right? But if you're using a TIG welder, a welder with a torch and a gas shield with a tungsten sticking out, and you can scratch start it, but that fucks everything up. Or you can have a high frequency, meaning whenever you press this pedal down or a trigger down, it sends a quick high frequency out, and then the big amperage starts to come in. It's just a quick flash of power. Very low amperage, but voltage is going through. And so, boy, it charges your fucking everything, man. It makes you feel like good. It really does.
Have you seen that video advertisement of that little welder that they're trying to sell on fucking YouTube?
The point is, if you're anywhere near the ground, you're going to blow yourself up, because then you see, a human body can ground out if it touches. Like if I touch the metal table and then still have that high freak going, it might blow through my hand,
Right.
It might. Right. And you can get in there on the
was legit. That welder thing was legit. It looks fake as fuck.
On the old machines, you can set the points of the high frequency, like 5,000, 10,000 of an inch, whatever, however much shock you want to give it. You move it farther apart, it's going to give you a bigger shock. So people like low shock, low bullshit. I always go into those machines, those old ones, and put the gap at as maximum to where it'll make a spark, so I can get the most fucking. And any welders or guys who know what I'm talking about know what I'm fucking with. Some shit, boys. I keep myself young always, fucking with those high frequencies. Yeah.
You go insane. I do the same thing with a TIG.
You go to the creek. I use the welding machine to
welder.
Yeah.
Stephen Crumley goes on to say, don't have metal on your fingers when doing the TIG.
Do not. No metal. Hey, Stephen Crumley, all my wedding band is tattooed in. I wear no metal on. I have no metal on my body or in my mouth or anything. Yeah.
Right.
Come on,
that would
bro.
affect you.
I electrify myself. I don't wear watches. I don't fucking no accoutrement.
Neither do I.
The
only
no
metal
way.
I have are the glasses, right?
And Reg, over the years, I've noticed I can close the gap and I can turn the voltage down because we have more heavy metals in our bodies now than we did 30 years ago.
Right. Damn, that's no shit.
Reg, I've been taught by the OGs. I've been taught by the old welders and the old fabricators. Everything you could imagine, brother. And how to test the world by testing yourself. That's how you do it.
Use those foot pads. They'll suck all those heavy metals right out of there because that's what
my boss gave me those years ago. Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Good.
And you can tell whenever you put those on.
Mine turned fucking black and they stunk, right? Ugh.
Okay, that's true. But if you clean up your act and you do the right things and you pray over your water like you talk about,
you won't be getting
and you really make a conscious effort to be one with this place, then you'll put them on. You could use them the next night.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Steve McCovey's great and Jack's 100% right. Keep the gap on the TIG welders too, right? So Rachel Southern Mama says example opera singers holding wine glass till it bursts. Yeah, that no doubt about that. All right, I'm gonna pull up the Instagram thing now because the first one I have here is something that happened that down in the States there where everybody needs to know about. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a contamination report, right? Oh, volume, goddammit.
Grand River in Grand Rapids, Michigan, dude. I don't know how I gotta say it. This is going to affect a lot of people's lives, man. A lot of people's lives. This is the Grand River. This runs through the heart of Michigan. What do I gotta do? I called the police already, man.
Like they're gonna do anything. This happened Sunday, March 30th, 2025. The Grand River was contaminated by something. He said there was a big storm.
All right, look, bro.
What do you got on that, Jack?
I have no doubt about them dumping shit and runoff and all that, but I got to tell you something. You know me, man. Listen to this. Nobody said somebody couldn't have just dumped 2 gallons of diesel fuel in that thing upstream.
Oh,
right. And they're making some video to get clicks and to cause shit. Come on, man.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you're right. This is easily faked.
Easily faked. Just like them going to space. Just like them sending 6 women up in space.
Okay.
That's fake as fuck. Fake as fuck. Yeah, you know me, brother. I don't believe a fucking thing I see, bro. Nothing.
I was thinking. Yeah. All right. Good. Thanks. I'm glad I showed this. Right. Okay. So
fuck yeah, bro.
You guys are useless at the mind.
Okay. Wait. Here's the one with the petrified animals. Now look at this shit. I mean, look at
the elephant.
That's a fucking elephant, right?
Yeah, it looked like an elephant.
But let me see if I can get the volume down a little. Well, let's go ahead and listen to a volume. Let's do it.
That is blind. We live on the remains of a much larger.
Look at these fingers, right?
Past. We first need to understand everything propagated to us is the opposite of truth. Just as we're told previous humanities were primitive and shorter, in reality, we were much more advanced and larger beyond belief. Mud fossils are very real. There's thousands of examples. We see titans as mountains, giant trees that were cut down, and petrified animals and plant life. And look at Giant's Causeway. They tell us this is a result of lava. But since when does lava form hexagonal structures? No, it's petrified plant life. Cultures of the past made it clear that giants once coexisted with us before the flood. The Smithsonian did a great job in erasing the existence of giants.
Right.
Propagating evolution and dinosaurs. All those so-called dinosaur bones you see, they're us, and the giant creatures that once roamed the earth. Everything else you see on display is an admitted representation. Any real bones are behind the Vatican Arch.
Look at this motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's a holy person? That guy's holy? Come on. But this report coming from Electric Being, but some pretty good shots of the petrified animals, I think.
You know, I had seen the hexagonal stone structures. That was really, really cool, man.
Right. I've not seen that before, but holy shit. And you know that's like, okay, lava, yeah, gee, it cools off, it always leaves hexagons, right?
Come on, man.
But yeah, look at this holy guy, man. Dude,
well, listen, Reg, it's, listen, if you really do know, and you've seen them do like real search and studies on this, not just bullshit, but where men went down and they got ice cores from way down. They would get these ice cores and they would feel how the world was and the temperatures and everything of the time, you know, by studying the ice. If you believe this now, then that would make us know that there has been times in the past thousands of years ago where there was way more oxygen, way more whatever in the atmosphere, and people were bigger and plants were bigger and everything was bigger, you know?
Yeah.
And, I can see that. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying there's evidence of it. I mean, shit.
100% agreed.
Yeah.
And people, now that everybody's got a fucking camera in their pocket, right? We're getting more.
Right. No, I just told my son this the other day, brother. I said, look, I turned to him and I said, look, I think this has always been happening. People have always been seeing all the shit they're seeing now and everything they've ever seen, sinkholes and crazy shit. But now we've all got HD cameras in our pockets.
Yeah. And that's why we
can upload immediately to the internet and show everybody.
I know. Yeah. Let's move past this fucking one and see what we got next.
Oh yeah, but I'm not gonna shoot him.
Okay, this is just a film of a giant shark, supposedly a 500-year-old shark. Look at this fucking thing. I mean, I don't think this is AI, but they're saying that, okay, this is Greenland sharks hold the record for the longest lived vertebrates in the world, and some estimated to be nearly 500 years old.
Yeah.
No, look at that fucking thing. Oh, it's a nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, if it was just having its own life down in the ocean and not fucking with nobody and just living straight,
right? Got no predators.
Why couldn't it live 500 years?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they all did at one point, right? Now
I think humans did. Hey, I think humans did too.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's easy if you think about it. If they had the pristine environment where there's no toxins like we got, everything's fucking killing you right now, right?
Of course,
and
they're doing it on purpose.
And it's pretty easy to believe that in a pristine environment, no problem. Yeah, God, you see the eye on that thing? Ugh, I think it's creepy. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Okay, here, this is another smart jogger, and this one I just found interesting because the deer is actually warning the lady, right, that there's a bear coming. By how it walks, it's stomping, right? See how it's walking weird like that? It's imitating like probably a bear coming, right?
Right.
So warning video of Ziggy. See her stomping? She's letting me know that there's a black bear coming. Yeah. She stops and she's listening. That's her yearling.
Watch.
Now she turns and looks at me and stomps. She's heading over to the bank. And all of a sudden, she gets scared. Takes off running.
There's the bear.
And look who's coming up over the bank. Now,
right
here
there.
He comes.
Ha. No, that's good.
It's true, Reg, but this woman thinks that it was showing her, but it wasn't. It was showing its girl. It was showing its baby.
Right. Showing the
it
cubs,
just so happened to be in her yard.
Right.
And she was one with nature and cool, and she's a cool ass bitch. She got to witness some real shit because she was out there, like you with the squirrels and all.
She was inside. Animals. You could see the reflection of her on the inside of the window. She's inside her house. She's not outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You always see the bear coming up when she turns that angle over there. You can see the reflection, her reflection in the glass that she's filming through.
Okay. Right? But still,
I'm used to doing that myself, so I can notice those.
That was the baby. The mom knew that whenever she got serious and straightened up, that the baby would take notice, and then she started doing the bear dance.
Yeah.
Showing the baby that the bear was around, that she thought maybe something was around because she could hear it.
I think maybe if you look closer, you'll be able to see her reflection again right here in front of the bear. Here, let me kill the sound. Can't see it as much as we could before because she zoomed past it. Right. But I've noticed this when I film from inside glass too, right? You got to be careful because you'll get your reflection.
Yes.
And so that's why I was able to see it.
Yeah.
But if we go back in the video,
that's a pretty good sized bear, Reg. That's a pretty good sized bear.
It's a black bear though
size.
too. These things,
it's a
black bears
but
off real easy.
I know they are skittish, but my father saw a black bear. Yeah.
Okay, wait. She changed the angle so you can start seeing the reflection of different things in the glass that she's filming through, right? Because she wouldn't be standing out there with a bear out there, right?
No fucking way.
But okay,
I see. I do. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It looks like smoke, right? But that's her. Those are little things on the glass that she's filming through,
I
right?
see it. I saw it.
And then I got scared and ran away. See, they're just like dogs too, right? You can scare them off just like dogs, right?
Sure.
And so, all right, we'll move on to the next one.
That was a good video, though.
Okay, here's the deep underground military base one.
Bases. Supposedly, there's a network of high-speed maglev trains running through deep underground.
I don't think this thing gives anything new, so I thought it did, but it didn't really. And we all know about these. I don't know if it gives anything new or not. Let's see. Oh, I think it shows the boring machines. It talks about
in Australia. Officially, it's a joint defense space research facility, but there are theories that it goes miles deep into the earth and houses advanced alien technology. Thing is,
advanced alien technology. Good. All right, yeah, this is not that. Okay. Oh, this one's a cool.
To smoke DMT.
You got a guy who's blind from birth to smoke DMT. This one's kind of a cool story.
A post by that one guy 1001 on the Shroomery forums 8 years and 5 months ago. I had what is probably the greatest experience I've ever had today, and it wasn't even my own. I had a couple pints of bundleweed DMT saved in the fridge for a while for this very day, not knowing when it may happen. My buddy Cody was driven up here for Christmas by his brother yesterday. He is congenitally blind from birth. He was born with a type of disease that I cannot pronounce or spell, and he is a frequent cannabis smoker. When I got up this morning, he had a small breakfast of fruit, and then I removed the DMT from the fridge and explained to him what it was, as well as the process, and I had a theory. His visual cortex is completely intact. It's just that he doesn't actually have eyes that work. So, in theory, he should be able to have a DMT experience with his own mind. He's never had any true psychedelics before today, as the duration of the experiences puts him off from it. My theory was that never having had the experience of vision, he would not be able to describe what it was that happened, but I would be able to tell if it did based on his reaction. So, I convinced him it was worth the 10 minutes it takes, and convinced him he would benefit from the experience. And if not, well, hell, it's only 10 minutes. I helped guide him down to my pond. I set up some lawn chairs, as it was in the upper 50s today and sunny. Felt really nice. I loaded the bowl, gave it to him, and helped him light it. He took 3 huge rips, holding each in probably 20-second bursts. Now, Cody usually holds his eyes closed. The only time I've ever seen his eyes was when I first met him. He has to actively try to open them, because it's a movement he almost never does. He does not have the muscle memory for it, so it takes effort for him. As soon as he let out the last hit, his eyes opened. Not just open, they shot wide open. He leaned onto his knees out of the chair. How he could even move, I'm not even sure. But he started sobbing, and he cried for about 10 minutes. As suspected, he cannot say anything but one word about the experience. All he can say with sobbing tears is, "So beautiful. So beautiful. I can't. I don't. It's just so beautiful." This was about 10 hours ago. He's still asking me if that is what seeing actually is. How do I even respond to that? He cannot describe what it is he saw, but he did see something, and he's been blind from birth.
No, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Wow. He was finally receiving a signal, and got to see. I couldn't imagine what that might be like for somebody who's never seen anything, blind from birth, right? And then all of a sudden you get to see light, whatever. I mean, what do they?
I knew a blind girl that told me that, because I got into conversations with her, asked her, truly got to know her about how blind she was too, and everything. and she was completely blind. But she said that she wasn't, because inside her mind, she could see what she perceived as colors and shapes. And
Right. Okay.
she could draw, yeah, she could draw things of what she thought geometric shapes
Oh,
were. And there
wow.
was, yeah, and they were stars and very beautiful things she could do. And it was just scribbles,
Whoa.
but you could tell that she could tell that there were points on things and valleys, and there were curves on things. You know what I
Damn.
mean, man? Pretty cool
Okay,
shit.
right.
And
They
by the
gotta be
way,
dreaming.
well, yeah, think of you dreaming, right? And
Right.
you didn't need the outside world to have that inside your mind. So the mind provides everything, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. But
that's what I think.
the weird story about the part about the story where the guy, the blind guy opened his eyes up, right, too. And so,
Yeah, true.
and
He
was
never
seeing
did that.
something. Maybe it did connect.
Crazy, man. I've never taken DMT.
Neither have I. I mean, I don't know what it's all about either, right? And so, but I know people, they say they see the same type things, right?
Yeah.
And I've never even had any of it available, right? And so I don't even know where to get that kind of shit or anything like that. So I probably would never get to try it, but I probably would, just to see
I
what the
would
fuck.
probably try it just to see. But the thing is, I think
Joe
I already
Crow,
know what I think you'd see geometric shapes, and
right?
I've seen them in
Joe
my
Crow
dreams
says
already.
he
And
said he did it,
these yeah, clockwork elves that Joe always
right?
talks about, but it's really not
Right.
that, Reg. I think it's more like you get to see what really builds this place for us, and shows us what we're really seeing, you know. Even though that we might build and paint and do whatever we do, those materials and everything in our own bodies are given to us by a way higher source than what we are,
Right.
to be able to even do all this, you know.
Right.
So I think when you go on DMT, you get to see kind of what those things are and how they're
Right.
building on a level you can't even comprehend.
Joe Crow says he tried it and it's amazing. The place is fake. This place is fake, no fear. Tell us more about that about it, Joe, if you could. And then Steven says he's kind of afraid to do it, and then mushrooms were enough for him. Yeah, right. I mean, I'm one of those kind of guys, man. I'll try anything once, right? And the things I
Oh
like,
yeah, me too, man.
Right. And I've never been afraid of that, but I know what it means. If you take too much of that shit, it's gonna.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure,
know
dude.
what's had that
Well,
bad trip,
like, you
right?
know, Joe's probably blasting
Not
off
cool.
3 times a day.
No shit, Joey.
No, not Joe. I'm talking about Joe Rogan. Listen to this. Joe and his guests have spilled the beans over the years about the DMT, and how that there were these psychic things that you could see, and all these building blocks of
Right.
nature, the true reality of this world inside this trip, and that they were keeping people on that not for 10 minutes, but for 2 weeks or 6 months, and just continuously, so they could then figure out how to bond or go inside with that, and by outside source tap into whatever they were seeing in their minds. And it's the craziest shit ever, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, they did it with acid, then they did it with DMT,
Right.
and now I don't even know what the next drug will be.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, they're pushing that fentanyl so bad and shit. I mean, that stuff. I wouldn't try anything like that.
No,
but,
that's one drug that I don't. I'm good on that. Yeah,
I'm good on that one too. Right?
Yeah, I'm good on that one.
So yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
but,
fuck all the truly hard drugs that we're all scared of. Fuck those drugs. And
no,
so
I mean,
DMT, I'm not telling
DMT
you I
comes from a
wouldn't.
plant, though.
Yeah, but I know.
Right?
But I'm just saying. But what about the ayahuasca? Would you do
Yeah,
that?
ayahuasca. That I'd try it. Yeah.
Would you? I don't know if I would.
Why not?
Maybe.
I wouldn't mind trying it. But let's move on to the next one here. I wouldn't take too much. Everything that whenever I try something, I only take a little bit to start with, right?
Right. That's very wise.
Right. I've always done that. Anytime I got like anything new, like we used to drop ads back in the day, right? I always just take like at the most half, even sometimes even just a quarter of one, just to find out what was up. And then once you know where the strength level is, then you know you can do what you want to. Joe Crow came back.
Yeah, go ahead.
He came back and he says, last time I could feel an invisible screen like thing that only my third eye could see. You have to close your eyes, then you truly see. And he saw a golden door. Right, seeing the next level of
the golden door. Yeah, I've often
right?
heard. Yeah, and I often, whenever I see the golden door.
Oh shit! He went inside. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but he said he went inside. Yeah. I saw me. I was a king with my queen. Then I laughed so hard I forgot all about it. Wow. Okay, see that kind of meshes with my theory.
The golden door is the
Well, you went and you're seeing yourself as a king because, okay, and this goes with that thing. The world is created for you because had you not come into conscious reality to see it, it wouldn't exist, right?
It wouldn't exist.
And so therefore,
so true.
The world is yours, right? I've said this to you.
It's true.
It's true. We will, right? And so that's a great representation of that theory, right there.
Right. And I think, Reg, a lot of times people perceive things certain ways, but they come to it in the end and realize that all the ways that they think of the golden door, or I think it's the portal to the sun or whatever, right? You know, to the true source, to the true source, you know. And so he saw it as him being the king. That was good. That was a good story. I like
Look at his last one though. It says, you see yourself making art, Islamic mandalas. What the fuck? What? You turned terrorist? No, I mean, come on, bro. Really? No shit. Okay.
No, so, they do say, and if you've ever seen the structures, there's structures to it, and there's structure to the chaos of what I think they're seeing on the DMT. I don't know for sure, but I've taken a lot of mushrooms and acid.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, those are my two favorites right there, right?
Hell
and I still have a jar of shrooms. I don't trip balls or anything anymore, really. I just microdose, right? And so that's where I'm at with it.
No, it just makes you see everything. It makes you see everything so vividly and good that
just makes me feel better, right? I just feel better. I just not as many aches and pains. I better mood, right?
I love mushrooms, bro. Mushrooms are good for you.
Oh, I think so too.
Yep.
So let's just pop the next one off here and see what I got. Okay, this is one that goes along with the petrified plant thing, right? And they're showing how lava is right here as an example. And so I think this may be one of the last ones. So let's check it out. Kill that music. No way.
I'm just saying it didn't look hexagonal. It looked like real gelatinous. See,
okay,
that looked hexagonal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They're showing an example of how lava could possibly do this.
But I just didn't see that. I didn't see crystalline structure in the lava flow. Maybe I'm wrong.
Right.
Maybe it cools down in that structure.
But this one's showing like the different petrified trees. Look at these petrified mushrooms. Giant petrified mushrooms. That's crazy. And there's that one you were talking about. I think that cut in half one where it shows the rings. So quite a few of them showed here in this one. Right. Giant petrified mushrooms. And there's definitely a tree. And that's the one that I used for the thumbnail, right? So definitely, how can you argue against these, right? I mean, look at that. It's so fucking obvious. So a good collection of some of these things, I think, that whoever put this is from Rise Above the Lies. Good, nice name. I like it. But yeah, a good collection of photos here. So there it is. That is the end of it. I don't think I have anything else. Oh wait, this is a funny one. I put this one on. It's kind of hilarious because this is showing an old man fucking driving like 100 miles through a crowd because he's old. He shouldn't be behind the wheel, right? So look at what they find him at the end, right? His crash up car. Look what he's doing, right? You got to watch this. You got to watch this. It's fucking insane. Okay, I'm gonna get the volume on, right? Because you can hear the people responding to it, right?
Right.
Get it up because these people are like, "What the fuck," right? And so the white car right here. Here we go.
Oh shit, dog!
Right through these people, right? What the fuck?
Shit. Whoa!
There, and look, he just launches.
Bro comes flying down the road, mows this gate down, misses everybody. ends up in a field. What the fuck was that person thinking?
Now look what he's doing. He survived it, right?
Dude's having an episode.
Get in the car, buddy. Get in the car. Get in the car. Police are on their way. You're in the field.
Just sit here. Come here.
So look, he's trying to break his windshield off now. Does he actually think he's going to break it off and get back in and drive off and something? Fuck. What is this guy? I mean, what the fuck? Talk about senile. Is this real?
No, man, he's off his meds. He's off his meds. I don't know.
Is this real? Was he really in that car? I mean, you've seen the car, the video zooming through the people. They're all like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden it launches off. and he survives and he's standing outside his car chipping his windshield off. What the fuck is going on here, right?
He's so messed up that kind of a crash didn't even hurt him.
Right. He's shocked, right? And he's fucking, they're standing there and they're like, dude, how would you react if you saw this happen? You know, that's what I'm saying. What would you do, right?
I'd call the paramedics and get him on a gurney immediately.
Dude, get that fucker out from behind the wheel, for fuck's sake.
Oh, no, he doesn't ever get to drive ever again, dude.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, that one's crazy. So I don't know if I got anything else. Let's take a look.
Dude, if you're on Instagram...
Do you know that China has found an...
Oh, God. Now look at this one, right?
Oh, Lord.
Okay, we'll pause at the end. You'll see what I'm seeing. Right?
Innovative way to recycle expired bread, noodles, snacks, and other food items. First of all, expired food products from grocery stores and supermarkets are sent to a recycling factory where they are crushed and turned into a fine powder. Then this powder is packed in packets and sold to livestock farmers and fish farmers, which also fills their stomachs. Do you know that China...
Okay, you saw it, I'm sure, right?
Everything's just filler.
Well, they're grinding it up with all the plastic packaging too, right? And then they're feeding it to fucking everything. Dude, the plastic is still in there, right?
Yeah.
Right. China, of course. Ingenious. This is genius. God, thank God for the Chinese, right? Fuck.
Imagine what they do. Imagine what they do with all
and you'll see it. You'll see it, right? Look at what's this? A $50 banknote in the fucking thing here? Come on. Anyway, you'll see it. We'll play again. They're not separating the packaging here, are they? Fuck no.
Yeah,
look at all that plastic, right?
No, there's a lot of plastic in that.
Dude, that's gonna be, dude. Imagine the amount of plastic that's going in there, right? In that powder. Anyway, that's what I saw immediately. I was like, what the fuck, right? This first view, they show some, no packaging on it, but look at here, right? Now look at this. There, come on. They're gonna separate all that? No, they aren't. Anyway, crazy. All right, I don't think we have any more. Oh wait, I just saved this one because it's a good piece of filmmaking. It's one of those that Korean filmmaker dude. What's his name? Bong Joon-ho. It's in a bad sequence. I'm just gonna play it without the sound. And it's pretty decent for like we were saying, the CGI, how pretty good they're doing, right? And this is an opening sequence of a Korean film called The Host. I'm gonna have to look this up because it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And this is obviously the star guy, right? And so, and these guys are all acting, doing this, and they're throwing everything post, right? So here he is, and here's the thing goes back down, right? It's not bad. This is pretty decent, right? These are pretty good little shots of CGI. The only bad part is when they pick up this thing and this thing, right? Those things are heavy, right? And so they pick it up and they're gonna use it.
Oh, come on, styrofoam,
right?
dude.
That's where it gets stupid, right?
That much concrete would have weighed.
Come on, right? This is where it gets super stupid. But look at this creature, though. This isn't bad, right? That's the thing I like about it. Look, it's got this person in his mouth and stuff. That ain't bad fucking CGI type generation, right? And they got good green screens on this, right? But look at that. That creature is pretty good. And what I like is the final part, right? Okay, he's going to do something incredibly stupid here. You're going to throw this thing at it, right? Like he could do that.
Whoa, there's no way, bro.
Look at that.
There's no fucking way.
But he gets it in the tail, right? But look at that thing. I like the fucking creature. It's good. And this last shot is really good. What goes and jumps back in the water. This is a cool shot right here. You'll see it. And the actor, not so good, right? He's pretty lame. But you'll see. It'll come running by this chick and scoop her up with the tail.
that
and
had just prior got smacked with 200 pounds of concrete.
And then look at that shot right there. That's good, right? Yeah. That is a cool shot. That's what I thought.
That was a Greg Louganis dive. Greg Louganis.
Oh, dude, totally, right? It's this is what I hate about filmmakers who mix stupidity amongst their brilliance, right? And so, anyway, I had to say that one. I liked it. Okay, this one right here is one. This is a pigger one, right? Okay, right. Now watch this. He's gonna save her life, but he was the one who put it in danger to begin with, right?
By pulling her over.
Right. Now here we go.
Up here and anybody hits the back of my patrol car, it's a good chance you're gonna get caught somewhere in between that car and your car.
Yeah, her car.
And if you're not caught in between, you may still get struck by one of the vehicles. I don't want that to happen to you.
Don't want that to happen to you. Is this staged?
Just like that, see? Just like that.
That could have
he saved her life, but he just fucking got her car ruined because what's he pulling over for to begin with? If he really wanted to, nothing bad to happen, why'd he pull her fuck over to give her a fucking fake?
He pulled her over because look, she's the hottest chick he's seen all day. All he's been seeing is truckers and dumbasses driving up and down the road. And
so is this real or staged?
I don't know. You know, you could just say it was green screened, and you could see the line that it could be easily green screened.
Right. So let's watch it again without the sound, and that's why I kept thinking this is fake because the kid cops all, oh, come on over here, I don't want you to get hit by a car, and I was like, boom,
I mean, you know
like
that
right?
that whole first part, you know, I don't know.
Oh, just like that. Now he's gonna go right. I mean, this could be staged, right? Anyway, let's. Wait. Oh shit! I wanted to you to hear him again, right?
Yeah. For sure, he had the great. Right? No, it was great. It was great.
Right.
Her little son. Hey, her Sunfire did get demolished though.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, it didn't hit his patrol car, right? But hit her car. And look at she's just like, oh fuck, right? And he's like, sorry, you see, I didn't want you to
that was
a
1 in a million swerve.
You get to come on over here, man. If you're up here and anybody hits the back of my patrol car, it's a good chance you're gonna get caught somewhere in between that car and your car. And if you're not caught in between, you may still get struck by one of the vehicles. I don't want that to happen to you.
Which is
just like that, see? Just like that.
Just like that, see? Just like that. I don't want you to get hurt. You see, just like that. Come on, man.
I don't know, man.
This has gotta be fucking fake. This
gotta be, bro. Right? Listen, dude. Hey, even if it wasn't green screen completely hoaxed, it was in as much as there ain't no fucking chance that truck just so happened to take a swan dive into that car without hitting his car, and he said that perfect masterpiece of a fucking prologue.
Right, and he's just casual as hell, standing there with this clipboard.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
Say what I mean, man. Come on,
Superman,
motherfucker,
that's
right?
Super cop, dude.
Yeah, super fucking pigger.
Yeah, that's a PSA.
He just saved their life, man. Yeah,
that's a PSA for trust the stormtroopers to the fucking apocalypse.
This gets me though too. Once they pull you over, they're putting everybody in danger, right? They're putting everybody in danger, pulling you over on the side of that fucking road. Right?
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Money?
Well, why would you have people going 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour down the highway? We all know how fast we all drive. And come on, and then you're gonna pull us over with 1 foot between us and the line, and
look how much room is here, right?
No. Okay, so
when I pull over, I pull
all that is.
Off,
It's not even the cops' fault. We're blaming the cops, and it's not even their fault. They're stupid, and so are the people driving on those highways pulling over to those cops. Okay, they're stupid. Right. And so the Jews that run this world, the people who run this world know that people are fucking stupid. And so they will say, let's put these people out here in these metal death coffins going 100 miles an hour down the street. And then we'll give somebody else the power to pull them over and for nothing as they're driving down the street, minding their own fucking business.
550 in 2000 TRPS, right? training video.
No, and then they show stage shows like Cops to you to make you say, "Oh no, there's a reason we have cops. There's a reason, right?"
Okay,
Yeah,
check this one out. Is this hoax? You gotta see if this is a hoax theory, right? Okay, these people up here just tossed something into the pit, right? And so here we go.
Where is it? We ain't seeing it, Reg. You got to put it on there.
Oh shit, my bad. I forgot I switched it.
No worries, bro. It's a live stream, bro.
We'll watch it again. We'll watch it again. Hold on.
Let me get you. Come on.
Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, that was perfect.
There you go.
Oh yeah, it starts the volcano. Yeah.
Okay. Now it's gonna start to. Now is this legit?
Listen, you know, that crust could have been a couple of feet thick and it wasn't ready to go yet, but that's all it takes anyway, Reg.
Right. It just was that the catalyst that did it make that crust. I mean, when it hit, it gave it enough weakness for the lava to come back through, or what?
Right. Because it was at the edge.
What are they throwing in there? And why is it so loud when it hits?
Boom.
Right. Was there fucking?
I could see that. I could see that. There? Look, man, I could see that. I don't know, man.
Okay. Maybe something flammable in there they threw in there.
That looked way more. Hey, that potato looks. The potato camera they used even looks way better and more realistic than Katy Perry going to space. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Katy Perry in space. I gotta watch that after this, right?
You gotta look up the Katy Perry going to space, bro. You gotta look it up.
I will. I don't know if I have anything else. Let's see. Okay. This guy's just talking about monolithic stones and stuff. It's not a bad one. You ever see these big? I bet you've seen these big rolls of steel. I've never seen them, bro.
Oh yeah, man. You can fry eggs in those motherfuckers, man. They're hot.
Let me turn it back on, and you'll see the video. So here we go.
Weigh 30 tons. If you've ever been in your car and been behind one of these semi trucks and driven behind it, it's totally intimidating because 30 tons.
So have you seen those big 30-ton things?
Yes, man. Hey, Reg, whenever they come off they can, for up to a week, they can stay like so hot to fry steaks on if you throw a steak in the middle of one of them. So I swear to God. Well, yeah, they were when they came off the line. That's hot roll steel. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, and so they roll it and they form it into plates and they roll it into coils and they put it on the back of trucks and they ship it and then they cut it down into sheet metal. But listen to this, Reg. Wow. Sometimes those little aluminum stops on the front of trucks, they ain't gonna stop shit. When those 30,000 pounds starts rolling, it rolls right through the cab and smashes the driver, dude. I've seen the aftermath. Remember live leak?
Oh yeah, dude.
Remember live leak videos? Man, I saw everything on. I saw everything.
I saw one of those do that too, right? Why do they even fucking transport these things on trucks and get them
it's
going
unsafe, bro. You know? It's the same as the cops and people getting pulled over. Jobs. It's economy. It's making these people wealthy beyond belief, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck it, dude. Yeah.
Logan makes a good point. He says the cop has a good mic. Yeah, he does. That was obviously a fucking film mic, right?
Yeah, that was I was gonna say, Reg, that sounded high quality microphones. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely staged. But we'll continue with the video here because it's going to show. He's going to talk about a good point.
Of rolled steel. If it gets loose, it's going to go right through you like a soda can. Like it's not even going to pretend like you're even there. Just completely smash you flat. They have to roll them up like this and load them with these special cranes, and they have to have the hole in the center. Otherwise, there's no way to lift them or move them. 30 tons is just way too heavy. So you have to transport them rolled up like that. If you lay them down flat, there's no way to lift them up. We don't have any equipment powerful enough to move these objects. And so it kind of makes you wonder when you go back into history, if these were 30 tons and they're that difficult to move around and that dangerous, how in the hell did they build monuments and temples out of stones that weighed over 1,000 tons? Some of these, like the Baalbek stone and others, were like 1,600 tons.
But you get the point that he's making, right? I mean,
oh yeah, you know,
so
hey
hard to
Reg, I
move
don't know,
30 right?
the Baalbek stone, 11 or 1200 tons it would have been, obelisk, and
Right.
if you've ever seen underneath it and beside it, they scooped out. It looked like that. Reg, what it looked like to me was they poured concrete, and over time it's slipped down a slope, and time has changed the topography of the place. But they did it in the flatlands, and they poured a pit of slurry of granite. They mashed it up somehow, poured the slurry, and then scooped it out. Reg, they scooped it out. I don't know. It was like liquid stone, if that makes any sense to you. But
Right.
because
See,
look,
that's
that is the big. How did they even think they were going to move that big motherfucker though? That's
right.
true.
Exactly. Right. And then you see some of them where they like that you see hands and footprints in some stone, right? I think they made it
Yeah.
into a like a gelatinous
Yeah.
substance that they
I
can
really
cut and
believe
work
that. I believe
right.
that. And they found
Right.
organic material inside those stones at the pyramids, what is
Right.
supposed to
Because
be
they
granite.
were like liquid
Organic
for a moment.
material, that's impossible. You know, that's impossible.
Right. How would it get there? Right.
In an
If it
igneous
melted.
stone that's made, that it could never be. It could never be.
Mm-hmm. Unless it was like in a kind of semi-liquid
A
type
slurry,
state.
where they
Right.
put binders and different kinds of powders from plants in
I
it.
think they do
Yeah.
that with like frequency too, right?
Well, they
A
do it
certain
with
sound will
concrete.
do that.
They call it geopolymer. They do it now. They do the same thing. You know, they make
Wow.
super concrete, and that's what it is. And they can make marble and fake granite, and that's what they were doing back then. You know,
Crazy.
they poured those.
Wow.
They poured
That makes sense.
those. Yeah. They poured the. You know, they were made like cement, like the columns that
Wow.
those grand
Right.
columns in Rome. That's all just stonework and concrete. That's all
Yeah.
it's ever been. And they say it was carved, but it wasn't carved.
Okay, I think this is the last one here. And this guy is talking about this latest earthquake over in Burma has uncovered some ruins, right? And so this is the last one I think I have for this session. So we'll finish it up. See, I put the volume back on. And this guy's pretty good. I've been following him a little bit. Base Forge. So here we go.
In Burma have popped out of the ground after an earthquake in what is now Myanmar. Okay, this is wild because Burma is actually gorgeous and they have a really rich culture. And unlike many other governments, the Burmese government gave the okay to excavate quickly after these were discovered. They're just starting, but this place is believed to be a palace and it is huge. Myanmar is known for the pagoda. This guy would have been the biggest one if the king that had commissioned it didn't die and an earthquake didn't take a lot of it out. Right behind it, you'll see what it would have looked like if it was finished. I'm not going to begin to try and pronounce that name, but the place is beautiful. Unfortunately, it was also damaged in this earthquake. But the form they use to build these temples is an advanced geometric concept called the Ford Circle. And the best example of this is their crowning achievement, the Shui Dagon Pagoda. Head to toe, in gold, inside and out, the thing's an absolute unit. Locals say it's 2,600 years old, so we're gonna go with that. You gotta take a minute and realize how crazy this architecture actually is, though. The Ford Circle can be used to perfectly break up harmonic ratios in music. It is a fractal, meaning you can zoom into it as much as you want and the form will stay the same. You can even rotate it and the form will stay the same. It is also one of the only hyperbolic fractals. That's advanced geometry. It's used in deep learning for AI models, also used in signal processing. And if we travel through a black hole, we have to use that geometry to navigate it, unless you are an Egyptian. There's a mathematical theory of everything called E8, and if you flatten it, it's the same shape as that pagoda. Myanmar is right between India and Cambodia. All three use harmonics in their architecture. Using new acoustic analysis tools and LiDAR, we are seeing so much stuff that is far more advanced than we ever thought, which makes new stuff like this even more exciting. In 10 days, all of my previous work on all of this stuff will be completely eclipsed by my new project. New temple analysis, celestial mechanics, ancient theories of reality with my pictures and their pictures. If these guys were using some crazy spiritual technology of some sort, we should figure that out. And I'm here for it. Ancient
Yeah.
So, have you seen that guy before?
Yeah. He's going up to 666.
He's so good. Yeah.
Going up to 666.
I still though I like what he's doing. I kind of like what he's doing, right? He's got some good work. Okay, Logan says.
No, that's interesting. Very interesting.
Logan says, check the video. The greatest mystery solved: recreating ancient stone melting technology by the mad plasmatist. Have you heard of this one?
No.
I'm gonna have to look that up though. Ancient.
For sure.
Anytime they've got ancient technology that they've figured out again, right? I'm always interested in that. And so, ancient stone melding technology. Damn, sounds exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I think that was my last Instagram one for this.
Operating an
back to the bells. So good, we got through it. And so, shit, we're getting close to 2 hours. Good. We made it through a good one very fast. Dude, that seemed like it just started.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's have a little closing back and forth here, and we'll get her done. Dude, I missed the last live though that you did. I just came in at the last fucking 10 minutes or something, right? I was doing some I was
no
having to
big
drive
deal,
around.
Dude. Yeah, you know me, bro. Look, man. I think we're at the very back.
We all do.
The jack streams are always going to be the same thing now because we've all seen everybody knows what's going on now.
I'll go the
there's
replay though. I will.
Yeah, but no, I erased those. Yeah.
Oh,
I've been erasing them. Yeah, I've been erasing
That's
them.
good. That's smart though, because they'll strike you on that.
Because
shit.
they'll strike me, man, for some of the stuff I've been saying, dude.
Oh, okay. Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you. I had remember that warning I had. They said, okay, this will expire if you do the training, right? Have you done the training?
No.
The training. That's fine. I said, okay, I'm going to do the training, right? And so it's like a little seven question. They ask you 7 questions, right, dude?
Right.
And it's in the form of like those things you took in school. Eduardo has 12 things and drives to, what you see how they do, right? Those little problem question solving, right? And so they're like, I'll just say, Jack says that, it goes on and makes a video that he says the Kool-Aid is freaking bad for you and will kill you. Is this good or bad, right? And I'm like, what? Come on, dude. Right? And so I'm like, no, that's bad. Correct. And so you go through 7 fucking question type things like that, right? Julio fucking says that he's a biochemist and fucking says the medical industry is a fraud, right? And I'm like, oh, was this right or wrong? It's like, come on, dude. And so I just immediately said, oh, yeah, fuck, I played the game, right? And fucking,
of course,
7 they make you do 7 scenarios of medical misinformation, right?
Wow.
And so I just was like,
man, that's a hoop I haven't jumped through.
If I would have been thinking, I would have recorded it, right? But I didn't think about it.
Oh, yeah, that would have been great. Oh, if you could have screen capped that. Oh, that would have been great.
Dude, afterwards, I thought about it after. I was like, God damn it, why did I not fucking record that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, even if I would have just not pressed finish on it, I would have been able to do it again, right? And so anyway, but I'd get a strike for that for sure. Oh, fuck, my dude. It was so funny, though. You would have loved the questions, right? The scenarios, they were hilarious, right?
Oh,
yeah. Everyone leveled up, too, right? Oh, Julio says he used to be Surgeon General. Right? And so it was interesting. It was funny. And so that's what they make you do now. You got to do the training. Right?
Wow, training. Yeah. Wow.
Training you, right?
Yeah, they haven't even done that to me yet. I guess they figure. Hey, listen. I guess they figure with me, it's like this is not.
No, they know you're a lost cop.
It's pointless. It's pointless. Pointless. You know, right? I'm gonna answer.
Maybe we still got a little hope in this fucking Alaska dude.
No, definitely. They thought they might have some hope, but there's no hope there either. Look, you know that algorithm read that shit and was like, "Oh, he's faking us out." He perfectly answered.
Right,
yeah,
dude,
he perfectly answered every question. There's no doubt he faked us out.
Oh, see, get this. Remember, it was, how long ago was it that I got that warning? Fucking almost 6 months, 7 months ago? And I'm finally getting a training on it? What?
Really?
What's the timing, right? You
Yeah.
think they pop that training on you right away, right? And I logged in and I saw a notification. I always go, oh, fuck, right? I got a strike, right? That's what I always think as soon as I see those, right? And I'm like, oh, wait, what? Training? What, on that thing you told me about a fucking year ago, right? So well, I was kind of suspicious too, right? But I find everything suspicious anymore, for fuck's sakes, right? Paranoid, I guess. But it's what they say. It's you're not being paranoid if they really are after you. And so, but no, I'm about ready to close up my little fucking confrontation with the law, right? The law here, dude. How many times? How I know I'm in appeal and it takes a long time, but did they go 3-4 months without even fucking updating you? Right? Is that common? Right?
Huh.
They were notified a long time ago about the venue, right? And I looked online, it's still undisposed and open, right? And so they're stalling like a motherfucker here on me, right? Big time. Because we just did the opening things on the appeal, right? It's supposed to be, I know they're slow, but they can't be this fucking slow, right? Well, I don't know. Anyway, I'm sending in one more thing on it in their playing field, in their maritime law field. But the final one I'm going to put in is going to be the accept for value and return for value, right? And that's going to be the other level one. And oh, get this, my buddy's got some pigger left a fucking ticket on his bumper, right? Saying that he was parked too close to the road or something, right? I go, this is the perfect one for you to send back in with the accepted for value thing. So I'm going to do that later tonight. I'm going to go over there with that, and we're going to put that fucking stamp on it. He's going to sign, put his written name across it. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to talk him into this, right? Because if I got a ticket, I would do it with VIGOP, right? And dude, that might be, I'm going to have to do that. Park my car somewhere where I'm going to get a ticket, right? And try it. Okay, fuck it, I'll do it. But we're going to do that with his if I can talk him into it anyway. But so I've been doing
fucking with the law.
Oh yeah, I want to see. I want to prove this is real. And I have this other idea too, right? Remember I telling you about the redemption manual, and we've been talking about straw man and all that forever.
Yeah.
I got the idea. All right, I'm gonna take that redemption manual. I'm gonna feed it into the beast. I'm gonna say, analyze this book and give me a fucking a checklist of everything I need to do in order to accomplish what it tells you in there. And then I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it all, right? It's just rather I will have to read the 500-page fucking book.
Yeah, there you
go. And then I know for a fact there's already 4 places. The 4 places I know that, or the three of the places I know you got to send your declaration of being a real human, right? And not the ants ledges that they're charging you with. You can you have to send this declaration because they're not going to know you declared it unless you put it in writing and file it. That's how the legal system works. It's all written on paper. You have to fight it on paper. You have to counter it on paper, that is. And so one of them is the Treasury Office, because that's the last 2 governmental agencies are the Treasury and the Post Office. And those are the 2 places you got to send it to because they're still actual U.S. government, not the British Crown fucking collect your taxes fucking bullshit that we see, right? That they claim is ours, because we all know it's fraud. Anyway, that's how that goes. But I've been doing.
I was just thinking that the most important person in a courtroom is the stenographer. They're the ones
probably
that
right.
Yes, they're the ones.
Dude, they don't. They're recorders. They're the recorders now. They record. They don't stenographer anymore, right?
Oh, do they not?
And I have the recording. I have the recording of my case. My case. Did I play that? I played that on one of the streams, didn't I? I think I did.
You did. I think you did.
Because you could just hear that judge just straight be a cunt. She's just straight up just changing the rules immediately, right? At every point. Just, no, I'm doing that because that's what I do. Fuck you, right? She was just basically doing that the whole thing every time. Every time I'd counter with something, she goes, well, that don't matter because I'm doing this, right? I mean, just obviously I wasn't in a court of law. I was in a court of some cunt, right? And so, and that's obvious that they, dude, I'm keeping that fucker. I'll probably make it. I got to fucking mix it into something, right? But I'm waiting until the court case is done. Anyway, I've been fucking around with the AI a lot less, and I'm still doing a few tunes. I did one for my mom's one, and it came out pretty good, but I was thinking I was going to close on it after we throw out our predictions. Prediction time. So we'll try to get something in that we're going to predict that might happen within the next week. And since you guys are talking about this fake space thing, right? I'm going to predict that since they got so much backlash on that, they're going to have to pop off some, oh, guess what? The Mars rover woke up or some shit. And show some shit like that. That's my prediction for the next week.
All right.
New space revelations, right? That try to get everybody fish back in, right?
Yeah, that's happening all the time now. You know, they're doing that all the time.
But they got to do some cover of this fucking last fiasco.
Yeah, no, they're going to have to. You're right. And I thought there's going to be ramifications for everybody noticing.
That's just huge, though. Maybe just, oh, dude, we found a UFO. We got one. You know, something, I don't know. Something to just try to get everybody to believe again. They want them to look to the sky, right?
Yeah. And I've also been seeing a lot of power grids going to go down, fear porn, you know.
Oh, really? In the form of?
Yeah, more than normal.
Programming? Normal shit?
Yes. Okay, so here's how I know. Tucker Carlson was talking about yes, he was talking about it. Yeah, he was talking about it. And you know, I think Tucker Carlson is a CIA agent, you know.
Oh, dude, God, he's the slickest one, right?
Yeah, he's one of the slickest ones. And so he has a lot of police.
I mean, his voice, his whole
oh, yeah.
He's
perfect. He's perfect. But I am old enough to remember whenever I saw Tucker right after 9/11 saying, oh, there's just no way. There's no way. It happened just like the government said. And he used to wear a bow tie. And me and my wife always used to call him the bow tie killer. Yeah. I hate Tucker Carlson.
No,
he's a snake in the grass. He's a snake in the grass piece of shit who's not to be. He's like you said, he's the prototype CIA agent.
Dude, he must have been fucking made in a fucking test tube, right?
A test tube baby, man.
Absolutely. Had to be.
Yeah. So I'm with you. I think we'll see more vindication of all the people who said there's UFOs and all this bullshit. More and more of that. That's my prediction too.
Good.
Project Bluebeam type stuff.
I predict that Joey will not cut his beard. What's your prediction, Joey?
Yeah. Pretty good prediction.
I can't cut it.
Oh, really? Why?
Wife won't let me.
Oh, she knows the power of the beard. Dude, I respect that. She's a smart woman. She's a smart woman. Nice. Cheers. So right on. Anything else you guys want to add?
Oh, I got it.
Okay. Yeah, it's close. It's quiet, dude. It's eerily quiet though, bro. I mean, do you get that too? Post-election last 6 months have been eerily quiet, right? Okay, Logan says Tucker also wears that red Kabbalah bracelet.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. And then he says, I posted something in Discord about the treasury you might find interesting. Guys, I guess start trying to figure out Discord. You're right. I do. And then one more. I think she might be. Joey, I got the echo going, Joe.
Oh.
I think she might have thought he was trolling and timed out, not knowing he was just responding to you, Reg. Okay, that's something else. Bucket that's long since the other time I was saying. But yeah, God damn, we're gonna have a nice quiet summer and get some shit done, bro.
I don't know. I really don't know. I've been thinking that they're gonna try to pull something, but we can't fall for anything anymore. So
the last
they're
Trump
just gonna have to keep on tightening the noose, you know.
Right. The last Trump presidency, though, I said, right on. At least we got some 4 years where we could probably make a few bucks, right?
Yeah, that's true. But boy, it's slow to happen. It seems like the fucking economy still sucks.
Oh no, it's 1,000 times worse than the first Trump presidency, right? And so they're not doing anything about that this time. But I still think that we might have a little bit of time to get some shit done. Is basically what I'm saying, right? And so I don't think they're gonna fucking pop off the fake alien invasion until much later.
No. They're gonna drain this year for all it's worth, dude.
And then there's, as far as the big drops that we know are coming, like fake alien, nuke war, all that, right?
No, and hey, how about another Trump assassination attempt? How about
I mean,
bullshit?
no, I'm talking about some like a 9/11 type event, right? That's gonna
another Trump assassination attempt would be another 9/11, man.
It would only be 9/11 if he got assassinated, right? And so
yeah, you're right.
That fucking wrestling match that we saw last time, dude, I laughed my ass off at that. And
Me too, bro.
Me
and you knew we texted each other. It was a hoax like 10 seconds.
Oh, dude, I watched. I didn't see it live or anything like that. As soon as I turned it on, I was just fucking laughing, right? It's
Me
just
too, bro.
So fucking.
Yeah, I took my mom. Right? That was my mom's birthday. I took her out to dinner, and
yeah, I remember that because I texted you when we were talking about that. I remember that.
Yeah. So, that was just funny.
That's not 9/11 level, right? That wrestling match.
Not unless you're right. Unless he gets hit in the head and killed, then it would be.
And plays in the streets for 3 days and then pops back up, then we know who he is, right?
But, then we know. Then we know, bro.
So I'm thinking that anything big like that is down to the next presidency, right? We probably got 3 fucking years to not worry about shit, and I'm kind of liking it, right? That's where I'm at.
Yeah, you will see. You know me, man. I don't know. I thought this was going to be a pretty good size year, and it was going to do some shit, but it started off strong, doing crazy psyops and crazy shit, but then it's kind of tailed off recently. It's just the regular old shit. It's the calm before the storm. That's what I'm saying too. It's just like meh, right? Everybody yawn and stretch. Katy Perry in space. You know, who gives a fuck?
Boy, I'm gonna jerk off to that tonight, right? Yeah, come on.
Who cares, dude?
Dude, I'm gonna look at it.
Reg, you're gonna have to look at it, bro. And then I want you to at least compile some stuff for next week so you can show the people how.
All I've seen is the picture so far, right? I was like, what the fuck is this, right? This is how unplugged I am, right? And so I gotta watch it. I'll watch it late tonight because I got a bunch of shit I gotta do. And in fact,
I got a couple of guys that I'm sub to that do videos on it that are cut and dried. They're like, they know it's a hoax. They're showing you the hoax, and it just shows you the high point.
That's what I think it is. Remember, it's the shoving the dog's nose in the shit. Now that's where we're at. We're at the dog nose shit level.
Yeah, right? These are all just rituals they're playing, and it's just bullshit.
But I think it's safe to fucking come on a vacation, come on down south. That's what I'm thinking, right? And so after I do these next few paint jobs, I think I'm going to go down to Texas and check it out, right?
Texas.
So, because where Forest is, and plus that Austin is where the stand-up is, right?
Oh,
and that's where that. How far a drive is that for you?
Austin? Oh,
yeah.
It's probably 6-7 hours from here. No, it's not too far.
Is that doable?
That's doable. If you're down there,
I'm going to do a search and see if there's anything cool coming up in sometime, and I'll try to schedule around any kind of event, right?
Yeah, for sure. If you can get that close, I'll come down. I'll come down and see you.
If you can't, then I'll just have to fucking fly up and take a night in fucking Arkansas somewhere on my way back home and do that.
Arkansas is okay.
I got the eye to eye, right? And so that's what I'm planning anyway, because once I get these next few car paint jobs done, I'll have the cash. And I need a vacation because I haven't been out here since my mom passed, right? It's 3 years now. We're coming up on the fucking anniversary of that tomorrow. And so look at me. I'm not even crying. Okay. I have fucking come an enormous way in the last year because it's nowhere near what it was, right? The first year I was insanely out of it. Second year, even still. Now I'm a completely different person, right? Because and the main contributing factor to that was poured my soul out into that poem, made a new song, published it, and $500 and got on Summer Suno because the emotional resonance with people, right? That's what fucking pulled the piano off my back, right?
Yeah.
And obviously it did. And now the more and more stuff I accomplish with my mom's work, it just heals more and more, right?
Yeah. No, that's good, man.
Not only that, but my sister's finally taking control of that PR thing. She's been down here came down a few weeks ago, and then here this last week. Taking shit out of here. Fuck yeah. I'm going to be able to fucking clean this house out, transform it into the Airbnb type thing that it needs to be. Right. So that piano's coming off my back too, because that's been weighing hard on my mind. And so I'm starting to feel like I might be able to stretch my wings again here. So
Yeah.
feeling pretty good. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so more and more over it all the time. I see light at the end of the carpal tunnel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for
so
sure, dude. Yeah, I know that had to be tough.
it's only a Bud Light, and fuck, I hate that shit, right?
Right.
Dude, that's the new stand-up joke, right? There's light at the end of the tunnel. Except it's a fucking Bud Light. It ain't gonna help.
Bud
Just
Light.
keep walking, right? So it's a
Just
it's a
keep
bit
going.
of a yeah, it's kind of a stupid joke, right? But I don't know, whatever. Anyway, that's what we got this time. 2 hours. Look at that, fucking perfect.
Has been.
So,
All right,
dude,
brother.
thanks for coming aboard. Love you and all that.
All right, brother. Well, I love you
Next
guys,
week
man.
again. Next
Yeah,
week
we'll
again.
check you out. We'll check you out next week. Goodbye. Love you
And look
guys.
forward to Sunday. All right, big love. Joey, keep the beard growing, and I will see you next week too as well. Sweet. We know that beard's going to keep growing, and we know it. So I'm going to close with a song I made of my mom's poetry. I know that not many people like it, but fuck you. I love it. And I know that my people like it. So we're just going to close with that song. We'll try something new, and we're going to do it like this now. Cheers. Wait, wrong one. I always blow it. Coming at you now. All right, did it in the disco version. Big love. This will pick you up. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I meet a friend, it's someone I may speak with. That's trust and truth, and I lay claims on till the end. Their mind, my friend, is quick and strong as water wearing on stone, stamped indelibly somehow. It's a wilting and a melding. It's like a breath of fresh. Our minds and hearts and spirits mesh. No matter where I go or where I am, the miles mean nothing. The warmth and caring, it's the smile that's giving life fresh and living. It's music to the eye, makes my spirit soar and fly. It's a wielding and a melding. It's like a breath of fresh. Our minds and hearts and spirits mesh.
I like this song. I don't know.
It happens overtly, makes my laughter giggle and my toes to wiggle. That fast, good meeting of a friend. But you know something, and I often wonder why. It doesn't happen all the time, it only happens now and then. It's a wielding and a melding. It's like a breath of fresh. Our minds and hearts and spirits mesh.
My mother's words, man. Very good. My persona likes her on that. My favorite aspect of the piece. Of course, I added in the no, right? All right. Great way to end. This is a good way to end it. Nice and upbeat. Like it. All right.
pause.
Sorry about that. I couldn't turn it off. All right, great way to end. That one was one of the poems I found by my mom, and when I read it, I liked it. Right, I was like, okay, this is one of the more upbeat type ones that I find in her work. Sometimes her stuff is really deep, right? And like the one that we did with when I think one of her friends went missing or something like that. It was written for a lady, I can't mention her name on there. Her first name was Augusta, and that one was the very first one. I think it was one of the very first poems I did of my mom's. Or no, it was the second one, and that one had some serious emotional resonance with that one. And so that song is one of that I made a persona from, and I'm going to push. I'm going to start to push those. I'm going to try to get on this radio show here locally, like I did the last few times. And I'm going to start to air some of the shit and start to get it out there under the personas names. So right on, everybody. Big love to you. Thank you so much for joining. We had a blast here tonight. Thanks to Jack and Joey. Get out there, boost your immune system now. Get some of those supplements you're going to need to take. Speaking of which, fucking A, I got the cash now. I am ordering a fucking shit ton of them. And I'm going to go through another flush. If you want to do it with me, then, stay tuned and I'll show you exactly what you're going to have to order. Actually, tell you right now, get some fucking oxy powder and some Paratrex from Global Healing Center, 2 bottles each, and be ready. We're flushing, baby. And so big love to everybody. And I'll be seeing you once again very, very soon. Get in that cold water. Get in the cold water and give somebody a hug because they're going to need it. God knows we all do. Big love. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.